7 card pull for Nat. And we'll first start with a 3 card pull representing past, present, and future of this inquiry that you have. So the first thing that I see is that there is a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of projecting into the future, like things from the past that could happen in the future. So the main thing is that's what's in the present. The Fool in reverse, that signifies that there is a lack of having a not positive mindset for the future, but just allowing the old stories to run your future, like emotions and your dreams. You're allowing the old stories to dictate what the new stories are, instead of imagining and dreaming and knowing that there are no limits. There are no stories in the future that have to go according to how it's gone in the past. Like, the stories in the future can be completely different from what has happened in the past. So we need to bring this reverse Fool to a bright Fool. And how you do that is you let yourself dream, you let yourself imagine, you let yourself be naive, and you just go into this new chapter, this new, whether it's new friends, new situations, new living places, or new travel situations, new friendship situations, new whatever it is. You go in and you have a completely open mind and almost like a childlike excitement and wonder about these things. With the possibilities, like, oh my gosh, I could go to this party and I could probably meet someone new. I could probably make a new friend. I could probably, as a result of that, have some of the most wonderful times and memories of my life. Thinking that way, as opposed to what could go wrong, what could happen that, oh my God, they're not gonna like me, this and that and third, right? So if you want to be obsessive about these things, as you say with your OCD, obsessive compulsive about what could go wrong, be obsessive compulsive about what could go right, is what this card is telling me here. So from there we have the World in the past. Then we have 10 of Songs in the future in reverse. And 10 of Songs reversed for the future. Songs deals with your expression of who you are. And 10 being the completion of something, of who you are, your story, or maybe just of what you have to say. But it being in reverse lets me know that something about this isn't fully developed, or it's possibly being developed. Right now you are figuring out who you are, you're figuring out what song you're gonna sing, you're figuring out, your voice. And so you're not there at the completion yet of that. That's all still happening. It's all still being worked out. And having the World in your past. Having the World in your past as the representation of what your past has been. If you ask me, this is a pretty positive card to have as the past. I would say it means that you have a fully developed world You have a fully developed identity. You have a fully developed environment that you come from. Like, you have had a lot of support, possibly from your family, from something, some way, where you're coming from a very full and just very vibrant place, or secure, or I don't know if that's what it has to do, but it just seems like, in your past, you came from really positive relationships, uh, maybe a positive friendship or a positive home life. Maybe it was the opposite of that. I'm not sure what the world signifies in this sense, particular to your story, but it looks as though, this person had their own world, and maybe it was just your own world to yourself, where you felt safe, or maybe not safe, because maybe you feel isolated. Maybe you were in your own world and now you're seeking, but it's interesting that we have the world here. We have this person who is like sequestered into this vortex, I guess. And then next is the Fool. So it kind of, to me, is like a story. It's like in their own world, in their vortex, secure, safe and sound in here by yourself or whatever. And then the Fool, look, he's opening a door and he's going out. It is in reverse, of course. So that's where the story begins, that this door is open, you're going through, and a fool, a true fool in this card's meaning, is excited, is feeling all the possibilities without any of the consequences, without any consideration of what could go wrong. Whereas for you, this is in reverse. So you are overcome by all of the things that could go wrong, etc., etc. You're not allowing this to be a hopeful, exciting thing that it's supposed to be. Because whenever we jump into these new projects or new friendships, new endeavors, like, if you're already starting it in the energy of what could go wrong, most likely you're not going to make it down that path, down that road. Because things are going to go wrong. Things are going to happen. And you got to be your biggest cheerleader. You got to be the most hopeful person on the project. Because everything's going to try to stop this project. Everything's going to try to stop the flow. But you're going to keep it going. Alright, so that's how all those work together. Alright, so we have next the Empress in reverse. We have 2 of honey, 4 of honey, and for the final card, King of honey. And this is your complete spread for, I'll show you the spread from above. Okay, kind of have it a little visual of the card spread. King of honey, all the cards in their positions they were pulled. And I'll go through and read for the final pulls. Okay, so I see a story emerging, and this is for basically what you have to do inside of yourself, in your own energy, in your own mind, in order to overcome or feel like this feeling that you have, or that you used to have around your community and the obsessive thoughts. So we have the Empress here in reverse. The Empress is a woman or a queen, or, she's a figure who has power, but it's like in her blood. It's who she is. It is just innately who and what she does, and who she, and like, she's been bred, she's been raised, she's been cultivated as a human being in order to be this Empress. She handles the orders and the affairs of an empire. So there's so much to oversee, so much to see and do, and you have this here in reverse. So this is a hint that those affairs are being overlooked, or that you don't possibly even understand or see your own power. And so you are allowing many of these processes and decisions to be made on your behalf, that you have the power, you have the energy. If you find it, if you cultivate it, you have it to manage all those things on your own. And this, I'm guessing, is in pertaining to honey. And whenever honey comes up, because we have the 2 of honey, the 4 of honey, and the king of honey. And it's interesting that we have the king as the final card when we just were proposed with the Empress here. And the Empress is in reverse, and then it morphs to the king of honey. So, and I do like that we have 3 here for the Empress, and then we have 2 and the 4 of honey. So there's 2 of honey, 4 of honey. The Empress is 3, which it fits to me right in the middle between these 2. The 2, the 3, and the 4. 4 being a number of stability, foundations, and with honey in this deck, honey is like the pleasure. Honey is the love. Honey is the passion. It is also the earth. It is the womb, fertility. It is identity. All of those beautiful things. Regeneration, health, wealth, life. So I'm guessing that all the matters affecting that of your life, all the matters affecting your home, your self-care, your family, your relationships, which honey is also about that desire. Songs is about the desire. Songs is about expression. Songs is about manifesting. What song are you singing to bring in what are you bringing in with your song? What song are you singing? That's about manifestation. And 2 of honey is about manifestation in a different way. It's about that feeling that we have for something, which I'm guessing in your case is this connection with community. So this connection with community, it's natural for you to feel this strong pull to it. It's natural for there to be, like you phrase, obsessive. It's natural, because that's a natural part of life. Like, in order for us to survive in the past, we had to be with people. Like, when there was saber-toothed tigers and we lived in caves, we had to have people in order to survive. You couldn't survive if you were alone. To be alone back then meant that, like, death, sure death, right? So it's still hardwired into us that we need people. Like, we still need people. It doesn't matter. Like, you can't really do too much today in ever, without having to interact with somebody, So for you to label your craving and longing and yearning for that connection, for you to label that obsessive, this is just what Spirit is telling me. It's a little harsh. It's a little have some compassion. Have a little more compassion for yourself. That part of you that is a natural human need. We need that connection to community, and the fact that you're looking at it is good. So I think where we start in this is 2 of Honey. It starts from you thinking that you need other people in order to feel this connection, which leads us to this Empress in reverse. But really, when you have the 3, when it goes from 2, which is duality, this is light and dark, night and day, life and death, all of that. But when you go from that, you go from 2, like 1 person, 2 people, usually signifying romance, friendship, just a companionship of some sort, partnership, that there's especially with the honey suit, a longing, a desire, it could be all of those things, but we have 3 coming right in there. So 3 is the spirit, body, mind, soul, all 3 coming together. So whereas first you believe it's a connection to people, really Spirit is telling you it's the connection with self that we are concerned with. We would like this desire within you to be cultivated, to be honored, to be treated as sacred, to understand there's nothing wrong with this craving, this yearning, this obsession. It's okay. It's the foundation of your desire. It's the foundation of what you're going to build in your life to create these connections. King of Honey, this is the final boss. This is your final manifestation of it. Is fully alive, fully feeling of all those desires, those emotions, those letting your pleasures be, letting them be, allowing them to grow, not judging them, being compassionate. King of Honey, this is a very good sign. Commanding, fully commanding of your desires, fully with the shits, bringing them into reality and being, standing on them 10 toes down, not ashamed, vibrant with desire and love and oozing with pleasure and honey, I think this is a wonderful reading. I think it says to cultivate, allow your desires to be, don't judge them, and keep building your foundations of these relationships. Keep on reaching out to people, putting yourself into situations that are gonna push you to meet new people, and to also feel those feelings of self-criticism or obsessive compulsiveness around social anxiety, all of these things. go ahead and let yourself feel all that. If you need to write them down, write them down. If you need to process them, don't judge yourself when these things happen, because it's just a part of life. It's a part of being in community. I go through these things, like whenever I go to ceremony and I gotta be around family members that I haven't been around for a whole year, and say things have happened within the family or the community, and they're on that side of the drama, I'm on this side of the drama, or that blah 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 blah. But when we come together for ceremonies and stuff, it's like we have to put all that aside. We have to interact with each other. And sometimes there's cattiness, there's shadiness sometimes, but what do I come back to often is like, at the end of the day, you know, like, we love each other, we have a community, and we had to sometimes like let the petty little things go, and sometimes just let people be human, be imperfect. Let ourselves be human, let ourselves be imperfect. Okay, I might have been a bitch that morning, said something like kind of shady, and I feel bad or whatever, but it's like, you know what? Everybody was feeling shitty that morning. Everybody was saying shady stuff. And we just kind of let each other be human. And next time we see each other, we just let it, we're just like, hey, it's straight. We're back on track. We're on a new foot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's how your community goes, but my community it's all kinds of different flavors and different scenarios gonna play out, different personalities, different days, different vibes, and the great thing is that you get to be somebody who can handle all of it. You are somebody who can handle all of the different range. You can handle the whole spectrum of flavors that this life and relationships and all the flavors of honey out there, king of honey. You know, we have the 2 and the 4 of honey. This is a wonderful transformation and a wonderful story. So believe in yourself. I will believe in your friends that are coming to you. They're on their way. They will not judge you. They're gonna accept you. Everything is, you know, they're not perfect, and you're gonna have your old stories coming up, but just know you can always tell a new story. You could choose to ignore some old stories. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for purchasing your reading from me. I hope to do another for you in the future.